what's interesting is the Apostle Paul is probably the most vitriolic person at one point in his life against Christianity. He's literally consenting unto the death of Stephen, as the Bible describes it. Here he says he was persecuting this way unto the death. He's delivering people into prison. He's so zealous about it, he's leaving his hometown. He's journeying. He's going off to Damascus just to imprison Christians there too. I mean, it's not enough to just destroy the church here in Jerusalem. He's got to go everywhere, out of his way to destroy Christianity. Yet he has an encounter with Jesus Christ, and there's this light, there's this voice, and it says Saul, it's calling him by his first name. Why are you persecuting me? Now here's the thing, where is Jesus during all this time of Paul's persecution? It's actually in heaven, isn't he? Yeah, he's already ascended up into heaven. I mean, the book of Acts starts out with Jesus going up into heaven. So Paul never ran into Jesus. He never touched Jesus. He never did anything to Jesus, physically speaking, okay? But go to Matthew 25 for a moment. Keep your finger, go to Matthew 25. But then Jesus even further says, I am Jesus of Nazareth, whom thou persecutest. So according to Jesus, he's saying, I am being persecuted. And you say, well, how does that even make any sense when Jesus is in heaven? Well, what is cool about this verse is that what happens to Christians, Jesus takes personally. Look at Matthew 25 and look at verse 37. Then shall the righteous answer him, saying, Lord, when saw we thee an hungered, and fed thee, or thirsty, and gave thee drink? When saw we thee a stranger, and took thee in, or naked, and clothed thee? Or when saw we thee sick, or in prison, and came unto thee? And the king shall answer, and say unto them, Verily I say unto you, inasmuch as ye have done it unto one of the least of these my brethren, ye have done it unto me. So notice Jesus says that the things that you do to other Christians, he takes that personally. Whether it be good or bad, it doesn't matter. And I think a lot of times we undervalue the impact that we have by underestimating someone's worth. We look at a fellow Christian, maybe you go to a small church. I mean, this church is a pretty small church. And you look at the people in here and you just think like, who cares or whatever. But would it really matter the size of the church if when you showed up, Jesus was sitting there? I mean, you wouldn't really care. You wouldn't care if it was just you and him, right? I mean, you'd be so excited. But see, here's the thing. That's how Jesus views it. Jesus is saying, hey, if just one other Christian's in your vicinity, you need to treat them like you're treating me. You need to talk to them and appreciate them and love on them and do good on them. And notice the people that are being brought up in Matthew 25, are these people really in a great place? I mean, it doesn't really sound like these people are having the best time of their life or really in a good situation. I mean, they're sick, they're in prison, they were a stranger, they're hungry, they're needing food. I mean, this is not like you're going to some fancy party or something to hang out with Jesus here. You're running into people that are in bad situations, destitute, they're in need, they're afflicted. When you're in prison, that's not a good situation. But he's saying, hey, no matter where you find a Christian, when you do good unto the Christian, you're doing it unto Jesus. But you know what? When you're hurting Christians, Jesus takes that personally.